Washington State University to finish our discussion on Kony 2012, the half-hour documentary that's really been hitting the internet like crazy.
We're talking about the skepticism now of the original video and questions about the credibility of the young man who shot it.
And they're going to be releasing a statement later today
Right.
to sort of, I guess, explain where they're coming from. So, Doctor, welcome back. Professor, rather, welcome back.
The issue of Joseph Kony, of Uganda, of geopolitics to this very simple good versus evil. Yes, he's explaining it to his child, but he's also explaining it to the world. And it's really reminiscent of Kenneth Clark's doll test, where Kenneth Clark put before children, African-American children, pictures of black dolls and white dolls and asked them, to describe which ones were good, which ones were evil. And I think this very much plays on that narrative, and that's part of its appeal, is it's simple. It's digestible.
Wow, this is kind of reminds one of these tests that went on in the U.S. With the black doll, white dolls, and little girls. Totally. Well, the context is pretty much the same, but I want to get back to the this videotape, because the video obviously is what has sparked the interest. But now with the questions about the people who shot the videotape, doesn't this expose the problems with this immediacy that we deal with the news every day, this online pressure?
Yeah, I think it does, in a sense that it forces us to really be critical and critically think about the information coming out, to seek out complexity, to seek out other voices, that we see the danger of a single story becoming the story, and especially when celebrities and others endorse and give voice. I mean, it's very reflective of what others have called Clicktivism, that we can all do good, we can all help by simply clicking a button, by sharing, by donating, and that's our contribution. It gives us a certain level of absolution that we've done all that we can do, and we're no longer responsible for either what's going on in terms of injustices, and no longer responsible for making it better. And I think it very much points to both the potential and the danger of this kind of new media world.
You mentioned this Clicktivism. I'm wondering, what is your reaction to it? I mean, is there a way people can really help? It doesn't sound just like clicking is the answer.
Well, I mean, there's so many different organizations out there, just in terms of Uganda, that if we are going to think about the importance here, it points to the potential that this video will lead people to look at other organizations, those that are on the ground, that have been in Uganda for years, that are fighting things like poverty, AIDS, and HIV, this new disease that is of recent years called nodding disease, where young children unexplainably get this disease, and seizures lead to their heads.
Does this hurt their efforts?
Huh?
Does this hurt their efforts?
I would say it does, because one, it channels all of the energy and focus into this one organization, this one issue of Joseph Kony. It reduces the problems of Uganda to Joseph Kony, who hasn't been in country, according to reports, for years, and it diverts money and attention to issues like death of mothers while giving birth, infant mortality. These are all serious problems facing not only Uganda, but places throughout the world. And when we reduce injustice to a bad person, we erase those issues and the context that produces them.
Doctor, talk about what we've heard is called the white savior mentality.
Yeah, and a lot of people have raised issue. It kind of reflects a larger history of colonization that we can date back to things like the white man's burden. But we see it here that this idea that Uganda, that Africa can be saved, and it can only be saved through the help of this organization, help of the West, white middle class identity. That now that we see the children, now that we are going to put pressure to get Joseph Kony, peace and tranquility will be brought to bear, and it just doesn't reflect and understand the number of people in Uganda who have been working diligently, who have been working day and night to bring about justice and peace and tranquility.
Well,
and so rather than trying to save, we should begin to listen.
Professor, good points. We appreciate your involvement and sharing with us, and of course we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, I appreciate you having me. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, you too.